Who'da thunk? I am so honored to be here. But first, I'd like to give honor to God for all the wonderful things He's done for me in my life. And without Him, I would not be here. I'd like to thank you. I'd like to recognize all the wonderful individuals up on the stage, the superintendent of the Naval Academy, Byron Marchant, runs our Alumni Association, all the key people, the nominating committee that helped to make these selections. I am very grateful for your consideration and understanding and willingness to kind of step out of the box and do something different. As you looked at my background, it's very diverse, almost as diverse as our brigade of midshipmen. But I'm very pleased to be here, very humble. Thank you very much. I'd also like to recognize some key people in my life. My son, William, is right there. My sister, the class of 80+1. And my family, the young people that I've mentored, some currently in the brigade, some out in the fleet, all the different people, and when I say different, that's important to me, that have had an impact on bringing me here today, helping me to be the person I am today, and to be able to contribute to the lives of others. So as I think about what this award means, I think about the class of 1980. I think about the Women's Shared Interest Group. I think about NAMA. I think about the brigade, and I think about all of us because it is our award. In 1976, I literally had to fight my way in the door, and now I'm a distinguished graduate. How do you do that? I want to spend just a few moments telling you that, and I'll just do a few moments because yesterday I was signing books in the mid-store, and I asked the mids, is there any key thing you want me to do in providing this message today? They said, be short. So I can take instruction. I had a plebe year. Boy, did I have a plebe year. So why is this important? Why is it everyone's award? Because we came in, my class, the class of 1980, and the women that were part of that class came into an academy where women couldn't serve in combat, where there was a profound belief that we could not lead a predominantly white male Navy. And from moving from that point and learning to then lead across the fleet. Our current brigade commander is a woman. For us to be able to evolve, not because we were a bad organization or being judgmental, it is because we fundamentally believe that based on certain characteristics, I would be a threat, and I was told that, a threat to national security and could not be allowed to graduate. And now I stand before you as a distinguished graduate. It takes an organization that is able to evolve, to learn, and to teach that to their midshipmen. I ask the midshipmen to look to your left and look to your right, because your life may be in that person's hand at some time. And if you can't grow and evolve and learn to support one another, learn to talk to one another. This is the extremely diverse brigade of midshipmen. You will be going out into a Navy that is equally diverse. You will need to lead people who look nothing like you, who come from very different backgrounds maybe than the one that you come from. And you will must be able to go up to them, learn about that person, learn their strengths, learn their weaknesses, because the best team is led by someone who knows their people, who takes the time to understand what they bring to the mission and where they may need some training and need some backup, and be able, as some of my illustrious mates up here have said, be able to mesh those strengths and weaknesses into a coherent, quality organization able to deliver against the mission. You will need to do that. You will need to do that based on the fact that you can have conversations with anyone, based on the fact that you're not concerned or timid about walking up and having that conversation, about getting to know them. You must do this. If you can imagine being the leader in a wardroom and you don't know how to, your Chang is a woman, your DCMO or supply officer is a minority, and you are not comfortable with having conversations with that individual, you cannot deliver the mission of your organization or of your ship. I am proud to say that I'm part of an organization that has evolved and continues to evolve to be able to do those things. Will we make mistakes? Yes, we all do. But we're a family. We'll come back together, we'll deal with our consequences, and we'll move forward together. We'll take care of each other. I call this one of the greatest sororities in the world. You are my brothers and sisters. You are brothers and sisters to each one, to one another. Walk that way, talk that way. Your honor, your integrity. One thing I could always say, no matter what happened or what type of conflict I may have run into at the Naval Academy, nobody lied to me about it. They were who they were. And I took that out in the fleet, out in corporate America, and I looked for us because I knew that I could depend on that person, that they would be honest, that they would do what they said they were going to do, that they would operate with integrity, that I could talk to them. You must be that type of person. You don't look past an honor infraction. You talk to one another about it. You instruct one another about it. You make each other strong. So when you have a ship here and they have a ship there, you know someone's got your back and will do the right thing no matter how difficult that may be. So that is, I think, one of the key messages beyond the fact that we move forward together that I have to offer to this class. I've talked to many of you about honor and your perception of it. And you kind of sometimes talked about it as though you thought it was not one of the most serious things that you have to deal with. If you look at all aspects of our values, honor, courage, and commitment don't mean anything without honor. If you look at becoming mentally, morally, and physically a professional officer, the moral piece, you can be as mental and physical as you want. If I can't trust you, it doesn't make any difference. So people, please take that serious. When you look to your left and your right, and you saw who the person was sitting beside you, hopefully you looked in yourself and said, I can be the person that this person can trust. I can be the person that can walk beside them under any situation. I can be the person who can make a mistake and come back from it and realize my family will forgive me and help me to move forward. So, Navy, I'm proud of you. I'm proud to be a great member of the class of 1980. I'm proud to have had leadership in my life that has been there for me and worked with me as I've gone through challenges. Admiral Pat Walsh, who stood as one of my mentors, my friends, and was the first person in my career to walk up to me and say, can I help you? What are you here for? What can I do to help you? Phil McConkie, great friend, Julius Caesar, many of you who are in positions of leadership. My illustrious stage mates up here have mentioned many of the ones whose shoulders we've already stood upon. But I would like to say thank you. Thank you for Naval Academy for giving me the opportunity to stand before you today. Thank you, Naval Academy, for allowing us to grow together, to walk together, and move forward together into a future that will be driven by many of the people in this room. Thank you.